Maverick has gone forward with Stewart to the right, Lineker and Howes to the left. Is Gascoigne going to have a crack? He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
But walk out, the more do. I can't walk out in the morning, do today. I thought I heard a baby cry this morning. I thought I heard a baby cry today. You didn't hear no baby cry this morning. You didn't hear no baby cry today. Where have all people Where have all the people gone today? There's no need for you to be once more. I guess it does. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Bye.